Commander's Black Lotus is here. I'm Rio Gion and welcome to the channel. So, in case you don't know, it's a zero cost artifact. Tap, you sack it, add 3 mana of any one color, spend it only to cast your commander. I like it. I think it's a nice addition. Not a must-have for every single commander deck, because if your commander is a tri-color, then might not be as useful. If your commander deck is dual color and you have one color already in play and your commander is a 4 cost, then yeah, that's a turn 2 commander, which is nice. Unless you can combo off turn 2, it's actually not as good. Also, if your commander is a utility that revolves around other cards to do some work, then having it turn 2 is nice, but then again, you're pretty much playing it hoping to untap with it next. Or in my playgroup, you are praying that you get to untap with it next turn. So this leads on to the next topic, your playgroup. Depending on how your playgroup will be and the card that are used in your playgroup. For me, playing my commander with nothing else, hoping to untap with it next turn is a pipe dream. There are so many removal spells once my commander hits the field that I might as well just put my commander back and put the tax on it if I ever play with it with just the hopes to untap and nothing else. If your playgroup has very little removal spell, good for you. Maybe you can get to untap with your commander when it gets to you. So personally, I feel like this is a card that's useful mid to late game once I build up the mana for my big plays. The issue with me is that my playgroup pretty much knows a lot about my commander deck. So once they get a sense that a big play is coming, I'm dead. So you know, if I can sneak in through the cracks 25% of the time, I'm considered pretty lucky. I mean, I like this card, but ultimately, I'd rather save this spot for a counter spell or something that I can use more efficiently. Because I'm a land lover, my main commander deck revolves around me getting lands into play ahead of curve. If you have an aggro commander that's mono color or dual color, then I can see the value in wanting something like this in your 99. This thing is fast for your case because if you're an aggro and you rely on your commander for big aggro plays, this thing is a must-have, and I'm pretty sure you're like, shut up and take my money once you see this card coming out. There's a discussion on this card or Arcane Signet. Personally, I would go with Arcane Signet over this because it's more useful to me, since having a mana rock that fixes my color is more useful rather than adding 3 of one color. For the people that are saying this card is not as good as you think, I would say there is some merits to the reasoning, but ultimately it revolves around your build and your commander. So, like a Golos, that would be awesome because that thing is colorless. Adding 3 and playing it turn 2, dropping a land, feels pretty good. Then watching it gets hit with a removal spell, if you're in my playgroup, then it's not so good. But hey, you know, at least you get to drop that land, right? In a lot of ways, when I think about it, it makes sense that there are lots of removal spells in my playgroup because there are a lot of big threats. The goal is to win and have fun at the same time. If you're the only one player that wins all of the time, that would be boring. Nobody wants to play. If you lose all of the time, then there's a high chance you want to give up the game because you stand no chance. I honestly think the sweet spot is that if you can win 25% of the time, I think that's fair because it's a 4-player game. If you win 25% of the time, you're on the same playing field as everybody else. So, for the price of this card, I wouldn't do it personally, but I completely understand if you do. If it really helps your commander be that much better, then yeah, the money's worth it. If you buy this and power creep your group, then don't, because I've seen that firsthand. It's not fun. Anyways, hopefully you find it helpful in your purchasing decision. If you're new, click subscribe, the bell, thumbs up for more Magic content. You guys stay awesome.